What's up, YouTubers? Magic King 41 here with my review, as you can see, of Child's Play 2019 version. So, this movie was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, obviously, as you can see here, this does not look nothing like the Chucky from the original Child's Play. But to be frankly honest, this Chucky kind of pulls it off as really creepy in the movie. Mostly it's the Buddy song. There's a Buddy song on there, and if you see the movie, that's probably the most creepiest part about Chucky. It's the freaking Buddy song. The Buddy song, I swear to God, is creepy, but it's addicting. It's a creepy, addicting song. But so as the movie starts off, this might be a spoiler, yeah, spoiler alert. Andy's just, he don't even care. Like, he's obsessed with this doll, Chucky, and he don't really ask his mom for one or anything like that. Someone gets one, it's malfunctioned. They bring it back. His mom's like, actually his mom blackmails her boss to let her have it for free. He's a malfunctioned one. There's a guy that was in Vietnam that makes these dolls, and he was mad at his boss, so he made a malfunctioned Chucky doll to kill his boss because he was mad at him. So that was kill number one in the movie. And so she brings it home to Andy. Andy opens it up. He's like, oh, it's a Buddy doll. Because Andy's new to town. He ain't got friends. He don't want to go out, make friends, anything like that. So he wasn't really too excited. But the Buddy doll connects via Wi-Fi. So you plug your phone up and it learns everything about you. Your name, it walks. It walks. So it does that. It brings you stuff. Like, this is a real robot doll, which is kind of weird, but still creepy on the same hand. So Chucky, which actually the funny thing is, because Chucky's voiced by Mark Hamill, which did Luke Skywalker, so they did make a Star Wars reference in this movie, because they were like, hi, what do you want to name Buddy? And he's like, I want to name you Han Solo. He's like, hi, I'm Chucky. Don't know how you get Chucky from Han Solo, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. But, so, Andy's mom has this boyfriend, which we'll get to him here very shortly. And there's also a detective that lives down the hall, which he kind of feels Andy's, like, that he's an outcast, don't really have friends and things like that. Like, he can relate to it, like, he feels that. So, Andy ends up becoming real good friends with Chucky. Chucky sings the Buddy song, and it's a creepy Buddy song. And they're friends to the end. You know how Chucky goes. But, like I said, this is a malfunctioned doll. It's not cursed or anything like that. So this Chucky's not really trying to kill Andy yet. So, one of the next deaths, Chucky relates to Andy. And obviously, you know, like, they're friends to the end. Well, Andy has a pet cat, and the cat scratches Andy, and Andy starts bleeding. And he's like, you stupid cat, you know, all this stuff. Chucky reads that and picks it up. Chucky's eyes turn red, and he starts trying to strangle the cat. And Andy's like, no, don't do that, don't do that. And he's like, cat hurt Andy. And he's like, no, we don't kill people or animals and all that. And he's like, cat hurt Andy. Like, so innocent, like really innocent. So Buddy is trying to protect Andy. So, but Andy learns everything as it goes. So they were, Andy ends up becoming friends with some of the neighbors and things like that, because they're like, whoa, you got a Buddy doll that can say fuck and stuff like that? Hell yeah! So they end up becoming friends, and they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre on TV. Chucky studies that movie, and they see everybody laughing at it because, like, it was silly. Like, that movie is still silly today. To where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface is cutting off the face, skinning the victim, killing them, all that. And they're all laughing about it. Andy and his friends. So Chucky sees that, and he thinks that they're all think that that's funny when someone dies. So Chucky goes to the kitchen, gets a knife, and he's going to come in there and kill one of Andy's friends. And he's like, no, don't do that. He goes, make Andy happy. Like, really, acting really weird. But He was like, no, we don't kill, and all this stuff. So time goes on a little bit more, and Andy's mom's boyfriend starts talking shit to Andy, throws Chucky on the floor, throws Andy on the bed, trying to act like his dad and shit like that, which is a no-no. And then he was like, I hate you. Like, he said this once the dude actually left the room. And Andy's like, I hate you. I wish something, would like happen to you and all that. Said around Chucky, bad mistake. So Chucky follows this dude home. This dude's married and has kids, so he's cheating on his wife with Andy's mom. Well, he's taking Christmas lights down, and Chucky gets there and pushes the ladder and knocks him off the ladder while he was taking Christmas lights down. Christmas light wraps around him, and he falls on his feet, and you see the bone pop out of his leg. So it's a pretty gruesome scene. So he's laying on the ground, begging for his life, and he's crawling over to try to get his cell phone. Instead of trying to untangle himself out of the Christmas lights, he goes after his phone to call for help. Whatever. So he gets over there, and Chucky turns on I'm trying to think of what they're called. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's a motorized machine, and it knocks up dirt to help you like plant gardens and things like that. Chucky turns that on, and it starts running over all the Christmas lights, and it gets to that dude, and the dude pushes it so that way it doesn't run his head over. And then Chucky jumps on the dude, stabs him, and then the thing gets the back of his head and all that. Chucky skins the dude's face off like Leatherface did, puts it on a watermelon, and puts it on Andy's dresser. Andy wakes up the next morning, walks to the bathroom, then steps back into his room and realizes that his mom's boyfriend's face was carved and on a watermelon. Chucky admits that he did it because he hurt Andy. Chucky was trying to defend Andy, and by defending him, that's what happened. He freaking killed him and cut his face off. So, death number 2. Oh, by the way, Chucky did kill the cat. It doesn't show Chucky stabbing the cat, but it shows the cat laying there dead with blood on it. So technically there's 3 kills already in the movie. So, and he's like, oh shit. Tells his friends come over, they're like, oh my god, Chucky's a killer. All this stuff. So they wrap it up like a Christmas present to try to go throw it in a trash compactor. Well, the detective that lives down the hall, he comes and visits his mom once a week, cooks her food and all that. And he takes the present over there because he said that's who it was for. And his mom's like, well, we're going to go take it over there. They get there, and once they get there, Andy has to give her the present. It's wrapped up, and the thing that's wrapped up, obviously, is the watermelon with the head, or with the face on it. So he's freaking out, and she's getting ready to open it. He's like, wait, my birthday's next week. You have to wait till next week, and we'll open it together. We'll open my present, and you can open that. She's like, okay. So she goes and puts it on her cabinet. So Andy and his friends are like, okay, we got to figure out what to do. We got to figure out how to stop Chucky. So they come up with a plan. Andy's like, okay, Chucky, you know what? I'm crying and all that. If you want to play, let's go play. So they walk into the other room together, all happy and stuff like that. Chucky kind of knew something was up. But he walks into the room. Andy's friend shuts the door, hits Chucky. He falls on the ground. They got him pinned down to the ground. And then they take a screw, unscrew his chest piece to turn him off. Because obviously, not like the old Chucky films where he becomes human, you just shoot him and kill him, however, and he dies. This one's very simple. You just take out the mechanical pieces and all that. So they do that. They throw him down the trash compactor. Then there is a creepy dude that has cameras in all the women's apartments. And he watches them and plays with himself while he's watching the women get undressed and things like that. He finds Chucky. He's like, oh, this is going to be a great seller on eBay. Oh, blah, 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 blah. So he puts Chucky back together, and Chucky leans up, and he sees the woman that is the detective's mom that he comes once a week to see. The woman that Andy gave the gift to, which was the watermelon with the face on it. She said, do you want to be my new buddy, Andy? Because Andy showed her how to use Uber pretty much. Except these cars drive themselves. Because everything is all future technology in this movie. So she said that, and Chucky's like, doing all of his weird stuff, calibrating that. She just said that Andy's her new buddy. Chucky don't like that. You don't say that to Chucky. So they're sitting there, and then Andy finally gets the mask, or not the mask, the gift from her, because he was eating with him. Runs out the apartment, throws it down the trash compactor, so that way they're all good, they're clear, and all that. So Chucky shows back up, and he's like, must get rid of everybody so me and you can have more playtime. Are we having fun now, Andy? Like being all creepy and stuff like that. And he starts flipping out, and his mom notices that the cat's collar's on the door, and she's noticing that Andy's acting weird, and Andy starts smashing and breaking things because Chucky was playing video clips on the TV of some different events that happened, like the cat dying and things like that. So he starts breaking stuff, breaking the TV, all kinds of stuff. And Andy's mom sees that and thinks that he has a problem. Andy's mom actually thinks that Andy killed the cat. So she has him sit at the house while she leaves. Well, the woman that lived down there, the one that Andy gave the gift to, she's going to bingo. So she gets her little electronic Uber that Andy showed her how to do, and she gets the bingo. Well, Chucky followed her there, and Andy knew that because he saw it on the app on the phone that Chucky was going there. Of course, somebody's going to listen to Chucky. Andy's sitting there flipping out, telling his mom, Chucky's going there, he's killing her, he's going to kill her, all this, blah, 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 stuff like that. So they get there, and Chucky uses his finger, which is electronic, and control anything electronic. And since the car is electronic operated, he turns the airbags off in the car, makes her unbuckle her seatbelt, and he starts driving the car around. And he runs the car into another car, and she's sitting there bleeding, begging for her life and all that. Chucky pops up in the car, stabs her to death, and kills her. Kill number 4 in the movie. The detective shows up, sees that it was his mom that died, starts crying, starts flipping out, wondering who in the hell did this. The creepy dude that watched the women that played with himself, Chucky killed him, killed number 5. He was sitting there, Chucky actually stabbed him in the ball sack. I felt that pain. I was like, oh, like in the movie theater I was watching, I was like, ouch. So most definitely, yeah, Chucky stabbed him in the balls. And then he's hanging onto a pipe on the ceiling, and Chucky turns the temperature all the way up to about 200 degrees, so the pipe gets real hot, and there's a table saw, and Chucky turns it on. So as soon as he lets go of the table pipe, he falls on the saw, and the saw cuts him in half. So yeah, so that's kill number 5 in the movie. So once the detective starts figuring everything out, they show him surveillance cameras, hey, we found the dude's carved face. When they looked at the pictures and stuff, the detective noticed that it was in the wrapping gift that Andy gave his mom. Detective freaks out. They go to the store that his mom worked at because his mom took him there because she was afraid to leave Andy alone. They were doing the launch of Buddy 2. Buddy 2 obviously is the second doll that was coming out that was just like Chucky, but the newer version. And they get there, the detective throws Andy on the ground and arrests him because the detective thinks Andy killed his mom. He's flipping out, things like that. So the boss that I talked about at the beginning where the mom blackmailed him puts on a Buddy 2 mask to get ready for the Buddy 2 launch. Chucky comes up behind him, stabs him in the neck. Once they finally open the doors and the Buddy 2 launches, the curtain opens up, and he's like, oh, wobbly and all that, but he's wearing a big head, so everybody's like, woo, yeah, Buddy 2! Buddy 2's out! And he falls on the ground, and when he falls on the ground, he takes the mask off, and when he does, there's a knife in the side of his neck with blood shattering everywhere, and goes on this little girl, kill number 6 in the movie. Chucky put knife blades on every drone in there, on the propeller wings, so that when they launch and they hit someone, it cuts them up. So Chucky, there was like 100 people in there, so Chucky set all that up to have these drones go off. I think he may have killed 2 people by doing that it actually showed, so we'll say 8 kills total right now in the movie. So Chucky stabs the detective in the right side of the chest, and you think he's dead. So Andy's friends are in there trying to kill Chucky. Chucky gets Andy's mom and takes her and holds her hostage. Well, Andy's friends and all that, they're all in there. And they're like, Andy, we gotta go. Because Chucky was shutting down the entire place, started activating these other dolls, making them kill people. Actually, there was another kill. One of the dolls killed another person, so 9 kills so far. So they broke those dolls, and when they were running out the door, Chucky comes up on the TV screen and shows Andy where he has his mom captured. And they're like, Andy, we're all gonna die if you don't just come on. Like, they pretty much said, screw your mom, let's get the hell out of here. Andy's like, okay, yeah. So they leave. Andy goes back in, shuts the door so his friends can't come in after him. Andy goes on the hunt to find his mom, ends up finding his mom, and now it's a showdown between Andy versus Chucky. Chucky's pretty much pissed off at this point and wants to kill Andy because Andy is the pain in the ass to Chucky now. So Chucky's got his mom all tied up, and he operates a thing and has her go up into the, pretty much lifting her up to kill her, losing the blood circulation because her arms and all that was tied. So that's how he was going to kill her, a slow, painful death. So Andy and Chucky start battling out. Andy gets on to the little ladder rack to get up there to cut his mom down. When he does, Chucky shows up, and now they're on the rope together, all three of them fighting. Well, Andy gets a knife from Chucky, cuts the rope down. Chucky falls, his mom falls, Andy falls, they all fall. So Andy finally picks up the knife, stabs Chucky, thinks he's dead. Chucky's never dead. So he's over there talking to his mom, and Chucky charges in the air, is like, "Roar!" And then a bullet shoots him. Once the bullet shoots him, it is the detective. The detective's not dead after all. So we're all happy about that. Chucky's now dead, malfunction. Andy and his friends sit there and beat the shit out of it to make sure it's 100% completely broken. And Andy's mom and the detective, I think they end up falling for each other because she kind of puts her hand on him and all that. That or it's like a, hey, thank you so much type of hold hands thing. So I'm not really sure the whole story there. I didn't really go into much detail about that. But they all ended up defeating Chucky, and they all lived happily ever after. So I would say there's about a total of 9 kills in this movie. But overall, I give the movie a 8 out of 10 stars. It was not bad. Had some jump scares, creepy music, and things like that. It's definitely worth a watch. So I would definitely go give it a shot if you're a Chucky fan. So if you have seen Child's Play already, comment below and tell me what you think. So thanks so much for watching this review.